There comes a moment in every person's life when they must decide to keep chasing money or to learn how to make money chase them. I've learned that money is not an enemy, nor a god. It's simply energy in motion, responding precisely to the power of your focus, the clarity of your intention, and the consistency of your actions. For years, I believed wealth was a privilege reserved for a lucky few. I used to look at millionaires and think they knew something I didn't, until the day I realized the real secret wasn't in what they did. It was in who they had become. These people think in a completely different way. They wake up asking themselves, what can I create today that will continue paying me even when I stop working? That simple question changes everything. It shifts your mind from scarcity to creation. And when you start to think like a creator instead of survivor, money begins to respond. Every true millionaire, from Warren Buffett to Elon Musk, from Oprah Winfrey to countless others, has one thing in common. They made money their servant, not their master. They understand that financial energy is a direct reflection of mental energy. And that's where the sentence comes in, the one that changes everything. It's not a magic formula. It's a statement of identity. It's not something you say with your lips, but with the way you think and act every single day. That sentence is, I am the source of my own wealth. Say it silently, but with full presence. Feel its weight. This is not arrogance. It's responsibility. Because once you understand that you are the source, you stop waiting, begging, or envying. You begin to create, attract, and multiply. From this moment on, money stops being the goal and becomes a natural response to your inner vibration. In this series, I'll show you how to activate that creative mindset using proven mental and strategic principles that self-made millionaires apply almost unconsciously, and how you can start practicing them right now. But before we move forward, you must understand what truly separates those who try to earn money from those who become magnetic to it. There's a crucial difference between the mindset of those who struggle for money and those who attract it. The first group lives in survival mode. The second group lives in creation mode. People in survival mode see money as something to chase, collect, and protect. Creators see money as an echo, the sound the universe makes when you produce real value. A millionaire never asks, how can I make more money? They ask, what can I create that's so valuable, so meaningful, that money has no choice but to find me? That's the secret. Money flows where there is clarity, purpose, and usefulness. It loves direction. It loves movement. It loves intention. When you stop working for money and start working with it, everything changes. All the great minds of prosperity have said this in different ways. Napoleon Hill called it the mastermind. Bob Proctor referred to it as the frequency of abundance. Carl Jung might describe it as the archetype of the creator, the part of the human psyche that turns thought into matter. They were all talking about the same thing. Money is a psychological response to your inner vibration. But make no mistake, this vibration isn't about wishful thinking or magic. It's built through mental and emotional discipline. Millionaires aren't born rich. They wake up aligned. They train their minds daily not to get infected by the collective fear of scarcity. While most people think, I can't spend this, they think, how can I invest this? While others worry about price. They focus on value. While some wait for opportunities, they create them. And the truth is, you can train your mind to do the same. Because the human brain is flexible, and when you understand that your attention is your most valuable asset, you begin to invest it wisely. The millionaire mind doesn't chase shortcuts. It seeks clarity. And clarity leads to movement. Movement creates value. And value inevitably creates wealth. Now that you understand the psychological foundation of abundance, in the next part, I'll show you how to start reprogramming your mind for the pattern of creation, using practical mental techniques that have shaped the lives of the greatest prosperity thinkers in modern history. If there's one truth I've learned after studying the psychology of wealth for years, it's this. Money is not earned, it is attracted. And what attracts money is not effort alone, but value creation. When I talk about value, I don't mean working harder or longer hours. I mean creating something meaningful, something that improves the lives of others, solves a problem, or inspires transformation. Money is simply the language society uses to say, "Thank you for making my life easier." Think about it. Every fortune on this planet was built by solving a problem that others either didn't see, didn't understand, or didn't care enough to solve. That's why the most powerful question you can ask yourself is, what problem am I solving and for whom? If you can answer that question clearly, you're already halfway to financial freedom. Because once you understand who you serve and how you serve them, money begins to orbit around you naturally. But there's a psychological detail most people miss, and that's what keeps them stuck in financial frustration. They don't believe in their own value. You can't attract what you don't believe you deserve. This is why self-worth and net worth are always connected. If you secretly feel undeserving, you'll sabotage every financial opportunity that comes your way. That's why the first skill to master isn't investing, sales, or strategy. It's self-image. When your mind begins to see yourself as a person who adds value, your subconscious starts opening doors that your conscious mind can't even see. And that's not mysticism, it's neuroscience. Your brain has something called the reticular activating system, RAS, the filter that decides what information is important to you. When you program your RAS with thoughts of abundance, creation, and purpose, it literally begins noticing opportunities that were invisible before. That's how millionaires seem to be lucky. They're not lucky, they're tuned in. So today, ask yourself this. What do I know, love, or do naturally that can make someone's life better? When you start creating from that question, you're no longer working for money. Money starts working for you. If you're between 30 and 55 years old, this is the perfect time to activate this mindset. At this stage of life, you already have experience, perspective, and emotional intelligence, exactly what the world needs in exchange for wealth. So comment below, where are you from? Have you ever used creatine for your mind or body? Or better yet, what do you create that could become your legacy? Because when your purpose aligns with your energy, wealth becomes a natural side effect. Most people believe wealth starts in the bank, but every millionaire knows it begins in the mind. To create infinite income, you must train your brain to stop thinking like an employee of life and start thinking like a creator of possibilities. Here's how you start. Step 1. Watch your inner language. Every word you say about money creates a frequency. When you say, "Money is hard to make," you're commanding your subconscious to block opportunities. When you say, "Money flows easily to me when I create value," your mind begins scanning reality for proof of that statement. Your subconscious doesn't judge. It obeys. It doesn't decide what's true or false, only what's familiar. So make abundance familiar. Repeat thoughts that empower, not thoughts that limit. Soon, your brain will start seeing patterns of success where it once saw obstacles. Step 2. Associate money with service. You will never feel guilty for earning when you understand that wealth is an exchange of value, not exploitation. Millionaires think, the more I help, the more I deserve to receive. This mental shift removes guilt and fear around money. You stop thinking like a beggar and start acting like a builder. Step 3. Align emotion with intention. Emotion is fuel for manifestation. If your words say, "I want wealth," but your emotions vibrate scarcity, you create inner conflict. To reprogram effectively, you must feel wealthy before you are wealthy. Visualize it. Breathe as if it's already true. Your nervous system must believe what your mind declares. Wealth is built through repetition, not random bursts of motivation. Create small habits that signal abundance to your subconscious. Gratitude journaling for what you already have. Affirmations said out loud each morning. Spending 10 minutes visualizing your goals as already achieved. Studying the patterns of success daily. The mind learns through repetition, so the more you expose it to abundance, the faster it adapts. When your thoughts, emotion, and actions align, money no longer feels distant. It becomes a reflection of who you've become. And remember, wealth doesn't respond to force. It responds to flow. Once you understand how to flow with the energy of creation, the question is no longer, will I get rich? But how much value can I add to the world today? In the next part, we'll explore how to turn your ideas into systems that generate wealth while you sleep, just like the great creators and entrepreneurs who built legacies that outlive them. Every self-made millionaire eventually discovers this truth. Ideas make you rich once, but systems make you rich forever. An idea is a spark. A system is a flame that keeps burning. Most people stop at the spark. They get inspired, start a project, then quit when results don't come instantly. But the wealthy know that consistency, not emotion, creates momentum. When you turn an idea into a structure that works without you, that's when true freedom begins. This is the principle behind what Robert Kiyosaki calls passive income, but it's more than money. It's energy automation. It's when your creative energy starts producing value for others 24/7, whether you're awake or asleep. Step 1. Build systems around your strengths. Ask yourself, what do I naturally do that others find difficult? That's your zone of genius. Now, how can you package it, teach it, or automate it so that it keeps generating value and income, even when you're not present? For example, if you're good at explaining, build a course. If you design, build digital products. If you connect people, build a network. A system is simply a structure that multiplies your effort beyond your time. Step 2. Simplify before you scale. Millionaires don't start big. They start clear. Before growing, they test small systems. They watch what works, remove what doesn't, and expand only what's effective. Complexity kills wealth. Simplicity multiplies it. Step 3. Automate repetition. Anything you do more than twice should be systematized or delegated. Automation frees mental and emotional energy so you can focus on creativity, not maintenance. When your systems run themselves, you enter the creator's flow state, the state where wealth creation feels effortless because you're working with your energy, not against it. And that's where the true secret hides. The rich don't work harder. They work on better systems. So as you build yours, remember, your goal isn't just to make money. Your goal is to create something that continues to pay you because it continues to serve others. In the next part, we'll explore how to align those systems with your emotional and spiritual frequency so that what you build not only brings wealth, but also peace. By now, you've learned how mindset and systems create wealth. But there's another dimension, one that most financial experts never talk about: your energetic state. Money responds to energy. Your thoughts, emotions, and even your rest patterns all influence how financial energy flows toward you. When you're tired, anxious, or misaligned, your creative frequency weakens. That's why millionaires take sleep seriously. They don't see rest as laziness. They see it as a form of wealth preservation. Because when your energy is balanced, your mind becomes a magnet for new ideas. If you're between 30 and 55 years old, this is especially important. At this stage of life, your nervous system becomes more sensitive to stress, and your success depends less on how much you do and more on how well you manage your energy. That's why, even biologically, the body needs deeper recovery cycles to function at its highest level. And that's exactly what the new wave of high-performance thinkers have understood. Success is not just hard work, it's harmonic work. Think of your brain as a creative machine. Every thought, decision, and emotion consumes energy. So if you waste it on fear, gossip, or self-doubt, you're literally draining the same energy that could attract wealth. When you wake up in the morning, don't ask, what do I have to do today? Ask, what do I want to create today? Creation puts your mind in control. Reaction gives your power away. Millionaires are creators of energy first and receivers of money second. Their inner balance dictates their outer abundance. If your pursuit of money costs you your peace, you're trading gold for dust. True wealth comes from harmony between purpose, productivity, and rest. When your nervous system is calm, your intuition sharpens. When your intuition sharpens, your timing improves. And in wealth creation, timing is everything. So tonight, before you sleep, repeat to yourself, I am a creator of wealth and peace. Money flows to me in alignment with my purpose. Let that vibration sink in. Let your subconscious work for you while you rest. Because wealth doesn't start with what you earn, it starts with how you vibrate. In the final part, we'll bring everything together. How to create a lifetime flow of income and peace, where you get paid forever, not just in money, but in fulfillment. At some point, the game changes. You realize you're no longer chasing money. Money is chasing your energy. This is the moment when you transition from worker to creator, from survivor to master of your own financial destiny. Being paid forever doesn't mean chasing get-rich-quick schemes. It means reaching a state of coherence so high that the universe recognizes your value and responds with opportunities, partnerships, ideas, and resources. True wealth isn't measured in bills and coins. It's measured in consciousness. It's when you understand that money doesn't go to those who want it. It flows to those who become aligned with it. All successful millionaires know this intuitively. They don't see money as separate from themselves. They see it as a reflection of who they are. They live in harmony with prosperity because they've mastered 3 key pillars. Purpose, knowing why they do what they do. Value, providing something that truly transforms lives. Conscious management, treating money with respect and strategy. When these 3 pillars are aligned, wealth becomes a constant flow, not a fleeting wave. And this brings us back to the sentence that started this journey. I am the source of my own wealth. When you claim this authentically, you stop being a beggar for the universe and start being a co-creator of your financial reality. Think about it. Money is just energy. It flows toward confidence, clarity, and contribution. The more value you provide, the more it recognizes you as part of the system. That's why prosperity isn't something you chase. It's something you tune into. It arises when what you think, feel, and do vibrate on the same frequency. And this is possible for anyone, including you, no matter if you're 30, 40, or 55 years old. It's never too late to build a new relationship with money. Maturity is actually your greatest advantage. You now have experience, discernment, and emotional power to use money as a tool for freedom, not fear. Look at the people you admire most for their success. They all have one thing in common. They serve before they receive. They create value, share knowledge, lift others, and as a natural consequence, they are rewarded. Here's the secret. You are compensated in proportion to the clarity and impact of the value you deliver. So if you want money to follow you, serve with excellence. Don't focus solely on profit. Focus on relevance. Don't chase status. Pursue purpose. And the money will come because it is attracted to the vibration of those who make a meaningful difference in the world. The daily ritual of permanent wealth. To lock in everything you've learned, practice this daily ritual. Think with clarity. Before you act, ask, does this move me closer to the person I want to become? Feel with coherence. Express gratitude for what you already have, while staying open to receive more. Act with purpose. Take one intentional step today that generates real value. Even if no one is watching, observe the signs. The universe communicates through synchronicities, ideas, and opportunities. Stay alert. They are money responding to your new frequency. Repeat this daily until it becomes part of you. Over time, you'll notice that money isn't just coming to you, you are generating abundance. When that happens, money stops being an end goal. It becomes a messenger, a visible reflection of your expanded consciousness. Closing invitation. Now it's your turn. Close your eyes for a moment and say mentally, I am the source of my wealth. Money recognizes me because I create value. Today, I choose to prosper. Comment below, which city are you watching from? Have you ever applied any of these millionaire mindset techniques? Share this video with someone who needs to awaken to abundance. Because when we help others prosper, the universe multiplies the reward. And remember, wealth isn't a destination. It's a state of consciousness. And by taking the steps you learned today, you just took the first leap toward being paid forever.